Well, Titagarh Rail refuses to be out of news. Now, obviously, the development that happened day before yesterday, wherein they've raised a substantial sum from the capital group, no less, and which is why we thought it's best to get in Mr. Umesh Chowdhary to try and understand more about this development. And not that we haven't discussed FY24 with him, but after this, and presumably with all the fundraising that needs to be done being done, what is the way ahead, not just for FY24, but slightly beyond. Umesh, great having you. Thank you for taking the time out, and congratulations. That's getting a marquee investor on board. Just tell us about this fundraise. Is this as per what you planned? Have you raised the entire sum that you wanted from the group that you wanted, or is there something more, as in offshoot B or offshoot C, that could be expected sometime soon?
So, very good morning. Thank you so much, Neeraj. Always a pleasure being with you. This fundraise actually was a part of the overall strategy. As we have discussed in the past, we have a healthy order book. We are sitting on an order book of 27,000 crore, including our share of the consortiums that we have bid in. And in order to be able to convert this order book into revenue, obviously there is a substantial amount of capex that will need to go in. We had announced that we would be putting about 1,000 crore of capex, including what we have done, about 300, 350 crores in the last couple of years or 3 years. So that's an additional 600 to 650 crores of capex that has to be invested. And this fundraise was actually a part of funding that entire capex and the business growth. One of the most important things that we were very keen that we should have a good marquee investor who looks at the long-term story of the company, and to be able to get Capital Group, which is of course one of the largest. I think they're the largest for small and mid cap funds. So was very interesting, and we were able to finally conclude this deal, and I think we're very happy, and we're very kind of honored to have them trust in us and invest in us.
So I take it from what you're telling me right now that now the fundraising is largely complete as things stand. Of course, at the pace at which you are winning orders, maybe something comes up in the future, but for now, fundraising is done.
For now, yes. For now, yes, it is, and because we are also generating cash. The overall capex was supposed to be funded by equity and internal accrual, and if required, some debt. So as of now, we don't have any immediate plans for fundraising. Of course, we are in a very, as you very rightly said, and it's nothing to do with us. It's to do with the country. It's to do with the government and the policy of the government, where infrastructure is being given such a thrust, that the tailwinds are so high. So if there are opportunities that we come across or come our way, we would definitely not like to leave them on any account or on account of lack of availability of fund in our space only.
Got it. So just a couple of follow-up questions to this. So as things stand, in order to do the execution as things stand of the plans that you have for FY24 and 25, would you need to raise any monies, or would the question of money raising come in only if you were to win further substantial orders in the course of the year?
So we don't believe that we should be requiring to raise further money for the current orders that we have, for the current expansion capacity expansions that we have planned. So now it is only to take care of additional opportunities that we come across that we might require, but otherwise we don't see that we will require to raise further capital at this point of time.
Got it. Now, Umesh, just a quick question. There is this base bread and butter business. I missed out on asking this to you the last time. There's this base bread and butter business that you're doing. Then there are consortiums with BHEL, with Ramkrishna Forgings, smart consortiums, all India consortiums. You are winning some large orders. Are you? I don't want exact details, but are you trying to do other forged partnership-led victories of this magnitude? Are you bidding for that, or for now you are now focusing on executing this very large set of orders that you're already sitting on?
So what we had actually focused on is first, if you look at very kind of the logical sequence that we have followed, we have first built our capacities. So we built a capacity for the freight wagon at about 700 wagons a month. Then we are now increasing it to 1,000 wagons a month. On the other side, on the other part of our business, which is the passenger rolling stock business, there also we had built capacity of about 20 cars in the beginning. Plan to increase it to 40 cars. Now we have planned to increase it to 70 cars. So with 70 coaches for Metro and Vande Bharat, we are now looking at filling up that capacity. While the existing orders that we have will take care of bulk of filling up of that capacity. But then, since the opportunity is there, we would not like to, in our space, like to let go of an opportunity for lack of capacity. If we see the sustainability, so we are very careful on what tenders we are bidding, what tenders we are leaving, but we are not going to leave something just because we are completely kind of satiated our hunger to grow. If we decide to go for or leave something, it's going to be on the merit of that particular opportunity, not based off the order book that we have already kind of created.
Got it. And we've discussed some of the other numbers, so I won't get into the minutiae. I think you've now guided enough platforms on our platform as well about the kind of growth that you're seeing. So I doubt those assumptions have changed too much. What I would want to understand from you, though, is that what's the nature of the differentiated business prospects that are now coming to the fore, because a lot would have changed in the last 2 months or 3 months then since the two of us spoke. You did do a conversation with my colleague after your results, but I would just love to understand, between the last time that we spoke, which was 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and now, what are the different kinds of opportunities that are coming up? They may be global in nature, they may be local in nature, they may be in a JV with others, but give us some color about what else could be expected.
So I cannot speak about the opportunities that we are pursuing at this point of time, because we would only like to speak about them when there is something concrete to be able to speak about it. But in terms of the industry, in terms of the space, there is a lot that has happened, and actually that's the beauty of this space, and that's the beauty of the infrastructure boom that the government is actually offering. You see, the Vande Bharat order that was finalized, where we won the 80 trains. Thereafter, there has been an announcement of the Vande Metro, so where the Mumbai local trains are going to be converted into a metro type of a train, which is going to be a game changer, I would say, for the Indian population. I mean, we all have seen the Mumbai local trains. Now, just consider that if they get converted into a metro type, comfortable, air-conditioned train, what a game changer it is going to be for urban mobility. And once that comes in Mumbai, that can actually get replicated to every part of the country. And that's exactly what we see in countries like Europe, where people hardly like to take cars, they use public transportation. So there was this 238 Vande Metro project that was announced. Then there was an additional 200 Vande Bharat train that we saw in the media that is being planned. So I think there is enough and more, that is happening. The new metro line for, I just read in the newspapers a couple of days ago, Delhi metro expansion has been cleared by the cabinet. So there's a lot happening in the space, and we are keeping kind of ourselves up to date with all these developments, and then we are selecting the opportunities where we believe we can offer value to that opportunity, and that opportunity is synergistic to our strategy.
And it could be in the form of the compartment of the wagon manufacturing, or the wheels, or a combination of both for you, or something else as well.
So we, as we have named ourselves, which is very, very reflective of our strategy, we are rail system. Now we are Titagarh Rail Systems. So anything which has a core competence of ours, which is the railway systems, whether it is in the freight side or it is in the passenger side, we would definitely look at that opportunity. Whether we go for it by ourselves, whether we go for it as a consortium, or we go in it for any other form, is something that will be dependent upon how we are able to in cash or kind of get that opportunity and make it real and execute it successfully. So it is horses for the courses. There's no one size that will fit all.
Okay, my final two questions. The second last question is this. I'm guessing in an interaction that we had done last year, you had told me that what these capacities do is open up global tenders for Indian companies, simply because These capacities allow you operating leverage, scale, so on and so forth. I would love to understand from you, and the numbers may go completely wrong, so I won't blame you for it. But let's say FY27, do you envisage a sizable percentage of your books or other players' books coming in from exports?
Absolutely. I think, not only does the volume and the scale that the government of India is today offering to Indian companies under Make in India and under Atmanirbhar Bharat give you the economies of scale, but it also enables you to qualify in large global tenders. Whenever there are large global tenders, there are pre-qualification or eligibility criterias which are essentially linked to the size of operation. So, companies all over the world, because they had a large domestic market, were able to go international, participate in international tenders, and establish their footprints in those markets. We've seen so many foreign companies do that in India. With the Indian government supporting Indian company for the first time in independent India. And I say this that because, look at the metro coach business, till a few years ago, till this current government, no Indian company virtually, apart from one company who was able to get some kind of transfer of, or I would say just the assembly rights. There was no kind of large scale focus on building Indian capabilities. Now with this Indian capability, Indian credentials that are getting created, Indian companies like ourselves and many more will be able to go participate head on with large global giants and hopefully win tenders. So, to answer your question, I think that Indian companies should, and we are definitely have put it as a center part of our strategy, should look at international markets in a very meaningful manner. Of course, first establishing the base, establishing the systems, the quality standards, the technological standards, and then looking at going global with the same. And Vande Bharat is a classic example. Our Wheels project is a classic example. For the Wheel project, we have considered that there will be a substantial export for the wheels that we will be producing.
Got it. Fair call. Okay, that answers actually both the questions that I wanted. So thank you so much, Umesh, and well, congratulations on the fundraise, of course, from such a marquee name, and all the best for the year ahead.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us, and viewers, thanks for tuning in.